Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Thursday night's Facebook Live. I'm David Shepherd, and for those of you new here this week, I know we've got some new viewers as a result of me putting some posts on Facebook and being a member of some new groups. Every Thursday night at 1800 UTC, Universal Time, also 1900 British Summer Time, then I do something like a 20 to 30 minute Facebook Live here, covering topics about NLP, about hypnosis, about timeline therapy, and also about Wayne Huna. For those of you who are regular viewers, welcome back. Thanks for coming back, and continue sharing these videos around the place. So as usual, I kind of ponder what I'm going to be teaching, if you like, in the Facebook Live. And I didn't really have an answer about that until yesterday. Then I saw somebody put up, I think it was Joe Johnson actually put up a post asking who meditated, and a whole bunch of people said that they meditated. A whole bunch of people said that they wanted to start meditating, learning how to meditate. So I thought, what a great topic. We'll do meditation, because I've been meditating now for around about 24, 25 years. And meditation actually goes way beyond what most people think the meditation is for, because most people think of meditation as being a relaxation technique or a clearing the mind technique, which of course it is. And though you can use meditation for way more than that, and if people just realize what you could use it for, I think people would actually meditate significantly more. And what I'm going to share with you at the end of this is a meditation technique which I find the majority of people find easier to use than the traditional meditation techniques which use a mantra. So let's just look at it, the theory behind meditation first. Then we'll look at different kinds of meditation, and we'll end with actually the technique which you can then go off and practice on your own. We're not going to do a meditation, obviously, by Facebook Live. It tends to be a little bit boring. So let's have a look at the way that the mind works. Actually, I'll use blue pen. There's this metaphor, this analogy of the mind being like a sea or an ocean or a lake. And the surface is very choppy. That's the surface level thinking. That's the thinking that people have on a day-to-day basis. And then there's the ocean floor, the seabed, or whatever. And here is what would be called, in different traditions, it would be called the void. It would be called the akasha. In the Huna tradition, it's called Keave. And it's pure nothingness, pure no-thingness. And everything comes out of here. Everything originates in here from the pure nothingness. It would be the quantum space of the quantum physicist. So every single thought that we have originates from here. And you can imagine that it starts out as a tiny little bubble, but as it reaches the surface, that bubble gets bigger until it actually breaks the surface when we become consciously aware of it. So here we've got kind of like the conscious mind is here, the unconscious mind is here, and probably what would be called the higher self is here. And so all thought originates from here and then comes up through the unconscious mind, and then eventually breaks through the surface of the unconscious mind and the conscious mind till we become consciously aware of it. And meditation is the process of reversing that process, of going back down into the depths of the unconscious mind and going all the way back into the void, the akasha, or the keave, which is a total mindlessness. So No pictures, no sounds, no feelings, no words, no nothing. And that is actually called the state of transcendence, which is one of the outcomes, if you like, of meditation, is to be able to transcend, which is interesting how they use that word, transcend, in that most people would think that this would be going into trance, whereas what we're doing is from transcend, we're ending this trance, which I find fascinating as far as that's concerned. So when we're in here, when we transcend, we don't know we've transcended because there is nothing, a total empty-headedness. You only know when you've transcended when you come out of the transcendence and a thought appears. So if you're meditating and going, have I transcended yet? Take that as a sign. No, you haven't, because there's nothing in here, pure no-thingness. And so that's one of the ultimate sources or outcomes of meditation, which obviously is very relaxing, and it's also very rejuvenating for the mind. Now, there are two forms of meditation. There's meditation without seed, and meditation with seed. Without seed is where you go into the meditation with the pure outcome, pure intention of transcending. That's one purpose of meditation. That's the one that's most commonly known or most commonly taught. This one is taught less. And let's have a think about what we can do with this. Because what we've got is we can use meditation to alleviate problems, alleviate limiting beliefs, alleviate negative emotions, alleviate anything that we have in our world that we don't want. And I'll show you how you can do that and how that can work. But also we can use meditation to answer questions, to literally get answers, if you like, from our higher self, or from what some people might call the source, or what some people might call the creator. Because here's what we've got. Everything in existence originates from the void, the Keave, the Akasha. Everything, including problems. So for instance, what we can do is, if we go into the meditation thinking about a problem, that's the seed, thinking about the problem, we can take the problem back into the void and it will disappear. When we come out of the meditation, when we come out of the transcendence, we take the problem back to the creator, back to the source, and leave it there. Equally, so we can uncreate anything using meditation. Equally, if we go into the meditation with a desired outcome, a desired solution, or a desired answer to a question, we can go into the meditation with this seed, and when we come out of the meditation, we will spontaneously create exactly what it is. Excuse me, it's very, very warm in the studio, very, very warm in the office this evening, so I'm a little bit hot. We can come out of the meditation, out of the transcendence, and create what it is that we want. In fact, if we go into our meditation holding in mind a particular goal as the seed, then we can come out of the transcendence and, from a quantum physics point of view, spontaneously create or what that goal actually is. This is something I was talking about a week or so ago. Actually, I think was it last week? I can't remember. I've lost track of time. When I was speaking at Neelam's networking event on the yacht, and I talked about quantum success. This is a means of actually achieving that quantum success. So what we do is two different ways here. So without seed, we just meditate. We still our mind. I'm going to teach you a technique for doing that. Still our mind and go into the transcendent state. In here, nothing exists, including you and including time. If we're doing it with seed, we start out here, either focusing on a problem that we want to take back to the source, or a solution, or a question that we want an answer to, or a goal that we want to bring out of the source, out of the void, out of the Akasha, out of the Kayave. So I think if people realize that they could use that meditation for that a lot more than just relaxation, a lot more people would do it. Also, that's the use of transcendence. Also with seed, we can actually do what would be called a guided meditation, or using something that Carl Jung would have referred to as active imagination. This is, for instance, how things like timeline therapy and the Creating Your Future process works. So I think many of you actually are subscribers to the I Am David Shepherd app. If you're not, you can find it in the App Store, both on Apple and on Google. Or if you go to davidshepherd.com, there's the full instructions there as to how to get that. I put together a series of what I called daily power rituals. So there's a daily ritual that you can do. One of the things that has come out about successful people in the 2000s that we're in now, the 2017, is they have some form of mindfulness ritual that they do on a daily basis. Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's just being out in nature, but they have some form of mindfulness. And they do that ritualistically. So I thought that was a really, really great idea. So in the app, I put together the daily power rituals, which starts with some heart breathing, which is great to do before you meditate. And then there's a series of different meditations, which you can literally do as kind of like a plug and play. There's a pure meditation, which is just intended to get you to transcendence. Then there's a meditation called the quickening, which enables you to discover your life purpose, also extract from the past your most effective way of learning, and also enables you to get rid of limiting beliefs. There's another guided meditation called the money magnet, which literally magnetizes money towards you. There's the Creating Your Future history process, which is a meditation purely to create goals. And then there's also a very one, I think this one is my favorite, is the mastermind meditation, which is based on Napoleon Hill's first original idea of masterminds, which is nowhere near what most people think of mastermind as now. And they're like 25 minute meditations with seed. So if you go into the app, you see the daily power rituals, you'll see those particular things there, and you can build a process each day. But let's go back to this thing here, just pure meditation. So if you went to learn meditation from, for instance, the Transcendental Meditation organization, then they would teach you to meditate, and this is the way that most meditation is taught. They would teach you to meditate by repeating a mantra, and you pay attention to the mantra, you repeat the mantra over and over again in your head until you actually go to transcendence. And those techniques are the oldest techniques, particularly from the Indian tradition, either the Ayurvedic or the Hindu tradition. And you see, today people are significantly more visual than we used to be. I don't know if you know, but in certain tarot decks, rather than there being a magician card, there's the juggler. And people believed the juggler to be a magician because in those days our eyes worked slower. So when the juggler was juggling the balls, the ball would appear to disappear at the top of the arc, and then would reappear like magic. But now if we watch a juggler, we can see the ball throughout the entire journey that it takes, because our eyes are much quicker from watching movies, from watching TV, from computer screens, all of those kind of things. So we're significantly now more visual than we used to be. So in the Huna tradition, there is a meditation technique called Hio-lani, which literally means to rest upon the heavens. And this enables people to reach transcendence significantly more easily than the mantra. So let me give you the steps for this, so that then you can go off and practice it yourself. Ideally, the first time you do this, you'd want to be in a room which had total darkness, complete blackout. You close your eyes, and the idea is for you to focus on the light inside the pineal gland, which is right in the middle of your brain. So the way you do that is you'd close your eyes, but then you'd roll your eyes all the way up to the left, roll your eyes all the way up to the right, roll them up to the left again, across the top. Obviously this is with your eyes closed, and then upwards, looking at this point here, between your eyebrows and behind the point behind your eyebrows. And notice if you can find the light. Now, quite often people say, I didn't see the light, I could just see stars. That's the light. I didn't see the light, I could just see swirling gray. That's the light. I just saw brown. That's the light. So the light takes all kinds of forms. When you found that light, then you can return your eyes to the natural resting place and just pay attention to the light. If you find your thoughts drifting away from the light, then just bring it back to the light. If you find other thoughts coming up, then just let them go. And what I've found in the past when doing this is getting to a threshold point of getting into here. I think that most people, when they first start to meditate, don't meditate for long enough. So what you want to do, I find I just booked out a whole morning, put myself into a room which was totally dark, sat down on the floor, not lying on the floor, you tend to go to sleep, not resting against the wall because you tend to fall asleep, in the middle of the room. So if you do fall asleep, you tend to fall over, it wakes you up. And meditate with the intention of getting in here. What you'll experience is first, your conscious mind goes like this. Then your conscious mind gets fed up and shuts up, and then your unconscious mind kicks in. All the stuff comes up from your unconscious mind. Just let that go. And then eventually you'll notice that you've come out of a state of no thought. Now, what normally brings you out of that state of no thought is taking a breath. Because when you go into here, your metabolism completely shuts down and you stop breathing. When a thought comes out of here, that thought switches your metabolism back on. You need to get oxygen into your system. So this is the experience that most people have when they come out of transcendence. It'll be like this. And that's how you know that you've transcended. Those are the steps. It's as easy as that. If you look in the app again, that meditation technique is in a CD set called The Wizard's Secret, and I do guide you through the processes in that CD to take you through it. But essentially, it's that easy. So enjoy it and enjoy meditating. And actually, just meditating has been proven to be great for our mental, emotional, and physical well-being, as well as our spiritual. But then when we start to realize that we can use meditation to remove problems and create what we want in our life, then it becomes something that I think people are highly motivated to actually fit into their daily rituals. So thanks for joining me again. I'll see you next Thursday right here on Facebook Live. My name's David Shepherd. Thanks for joining me.